Tonight, I hit 100,000 subscribers. I'm not sure how to feel about that. It's a lot. I started my YouTube channel in April when I thought TikTok was going away, and I just thought I would, get like 5 subscribers a week, and my wife and my kids would follow me. I had no idea that my message would resonate with so many people. I didn't start doing this for myself, and I know that sounds very cliche. When I was little, my dad was very abusive, and then on Sunday he would go to church and pretend to be a Christian. And after the election in 2016, I knew that that's where this country and that party, the former Republican Party that I was a part of, was headed. And I'm going to do my damnedest to speak out against it. White Christian nationalism is not Christianity. It is not about God. It is not about Jesus. It is not about faith. It is about white supremacy, weaponizing religion for uneducated people who don't have working brain cells. I will not stand by and watch people be bullied, mistreated, intimidated. As a person of faith, I don't care if you're straight, gay, trans, brown, purple, green. I don't give a damn. Jesus said to love thy neighbors as thyself, all your neighbors. And part of this country only wants white neighbors, and I won't stand for it, and I won't tolerate it. I was named after Saul of Tarsus for a reason. For this time. And people tell me that I'm sorry that you grew up with a dad that was abusive. But it made me who I am. You develop calluses when you work on farm equipment or machinery. And I went through that early. I dealt with it. And I know people that bully other people are insecure. And because I was dealt that way, I promised myself that I would never sit silently while people were mistreated. And that primarily goes for our immigrants, our LGBTQ plus community, our Black brothers and sisters. I won't stand for it, and I won't tolerate it. If I have to at some point run for office to talk about this, to expose it, if I have to run for office just to lose, to expose the rot within God's church and the white supremacy and the Make America White Again movement, then I will do that. This has never been about me. This has been about standing up for other people. You're not strangers. You're just neighbors that I haven't had the privilege of meeting yet. There are many of you that are people of faith, and you believe that your Christianity has been stolen, and it has, by white supremacy. Those people feel that this is a Christian nation with slavery, Jim Crow, murdering of Native Americans, the 3/5 clause. In their eyes, that is Christianity, and it is not. They are nothing more than modern-day Pharisees. They serve an antichrist. They serve the prince of this world. There are more people like me, I hope, that will start speaking out. This is not about Democrat or Republican. This is about morality and decency over capitalism. The fact that we had so many people overlook a president who is an adjudicated rapist is disgusting, and it is wrong. And I am sorry that there are women in my life and that watch these videos that are horrified that there are some shitty people out there, because you are. If you overlooked a president who raped women because you would get no tax on tips, you are a shitty human being. If Donald Trump had done that to your mom, would you have voted for him? If the answer is no, then you are a bad person. And I'm going to call it out, because by your fruits shall you be judged. I will open, I guess you get a plaque or a play button or something. Sorry for the diatribe. I just genuinely care for you, my audience. I know that sounds cheesy. I know that sounds janky. I understand that saying it, but it's how I feel. I don't know how to be who I'm not. This is just me. So thank you for listening to me. I do want to have guests on some point, but I don't want to interview congressmen and senators because they're part of the problem. Both political parties have failed us. They are both complicit in where we are today. And I'm sick and tired of people living paycheck to paycheck, not having health insurance, struggling just to make ends meet, while people get rich and they pit us against each other. I am sick and tired of it. And it has to start with people like me that have been through the refiner's fire when we were little. So thank you so much for listening to me babble. And I still struggle. The last thing I'll say, and I know this is a little long, I don't rehearse what I say on here. I just say what I say and it comes out gobbledygook. And my wife has to correct me on some of this stuff, even when I make these videos. There's some days you get a lot of views, there's some days you don't get a lot of views. And because of how I grew up, there is a fear of constant failure. Maybe it was because I grew up in the evangelical church. Maybe it has something to do with low self-esteem when I was little. But there's like a fear inside of me that I feel like I'm always waiting for the bottom to fall out. And for those of you that have experienced that, you'll understand. That'll make sense. But you're not alone. I believe that this is what being a person of faith is. And it's what true masculinity is. It's about being open to people, being honest, just being a human being. Unlike toxic masculinity where everything has to be winning, winning, winning and tearing other people down, that's not healthy. And I'm trying to be that example to my kids and hopefully to some of you on my video. So thank you for listening to me blabble on for 7 minutes. That was supposed to be a 1-minute video. Have a good evening.